Hi everyone, Natalie here with All Four Paws of West Palm Beach Dog Training. Tonight I want to go over teaching you how to teach your dog down. So really simple, fun and easy, effective way to teach down is with luring. You get some smelly yummy treats, you ask your dog, come here, I'll put him over here so you can see him. You ask your dog to sit, good boy, and then you take the treat straight in your hand and you just guide the dog straight down. Now, Beowulf happens to be very food motivated. If your dog's not quite as interested, I would get some really high value, very potent smelling treats like chopped up hot dogs, close your fist, and essentially when you start getting your dog to come down, if they don't go into a down right away, you just want to hold the treat. You can start to give a little bit and keep luring them down so that they understand what you want. Using something that's very fragrant and smelly like a hot dog does help keep your dog interested in wanting to go down. Essentially, if your dog doesn't lay down right away, what they'll start doing in the process of going down is like a crouching position. That will get tiring, and if you just wait them out by continuing to hold the food and pull it down towards the ground, they will get into that down position. Your timing is really important, as with all the training that we do. And I recommend saying the word down once your dog is flat in that Sphinx position and opening your hand for the food reward. You don't want to start using a verbal cue and then waiting for the dog to perform the behavior until you're confident enough that you would bet $100. So I've just started working on down with Beowulf. I don't think that he would do it on cue. So I'm going to go through it again. Down, good boy. And you can see I used the verbal cue once he was flat on the ground and then gave him the food. I would go through that about 20 repetitions, and then on the 21st time, I'd like to think that the dog, if you just do just down that many times, will either offer you down if you just kind of wait them out and they know you have the food, or if you want to try saying the verbal cue, maybe you can see if your dog knows it. If you go through it 20 times, and then use the verbal cue and your dog's not sure what you want, give them a hint. Lure them again and go back through maybe 10 or 15 more repetitions until you think it would be likely that your dog knows the verbal cue. Another nice option here is teaching a hand signal. Lots of people like hand signals with training. If you want to incorporate one into the down, I think the easiest way to do it is by having the food in your hand like this and using your hand to lure down with the treats. That way, when you want to use your hand signal, you've already practiced teaching your dog to follow the lure down with your hand like this. So you can translate into an easy hand signal with something that you've basically already incorporated into your training. Come here, Wolfie. Come. Good boy. So the way that you do the hand signal, again, I would hold the food like this. Sit. Good boy. Down. Good boy. Now, dogs don't generalize well, especially if you have a smaller dog and you're having to lean over a lot in the beginning or crouch down. You need to start by doing the lure from here and then up a little bit higher until that you reach like fully standing up to use the hand signal. If you just do it here and then stand up, your dog will not generalize that it's the same hand motion, so you need to do that progressively. Another good thing to keep in mind is use some really high value smelly treats down that are going to be very interesting for your dog to follow into the down position. Beowulf happens to be pretty food motivated. If your dog's not sure what you're asking them to do or is maybe a little distracted, if you use really, really potent smelling things like hot dogs or chopped up chicken, that will help keep their interest in following the treats down to the ground. So I would go through that 20 times before I name it. And remember to use be in a low distraction environment. So I'm here in my kitchen. There's not really a lot of stuff going on to distract Beowulf, so he's giving me lots of attention. Down. Good boy. Good job. Okay, so give this a try. Start out in a low distraction environment and then build up. Once your dog has the behavior, you can move to another room, and you want to practice this in lots of different places so that the behavior is strong. So down. So you could practice this in other rooms of your home, in your front yard, out on a walk, and you can continue to build it up so that you can even get your dog to be listening and paying attention to in a really high distraction environment like at a vet's lobby or at the park. Okay, everyone, thanks for tuning in. Feel free to give me a thumbs up if you liked the video and thought it was helpful. Share it with someone that you may know that needs it. And subscribe so you can get all my great videos. Happy training.